we learned there's one thing the city of San Francisco needs, much like in real estate. It needs a down payment. And no, not a down payment on this, but a down payment on a big one of these, because the city of San Francisco, it needs a budget cut! We're coming for you, San Francisco. We're gonna fix your problem. One cut at a time. 2021, I ran for governor of California. And I won San Francisco against the Larry Elder, who was threatening to take down Gavin Newsom, which I stood for as well, who was also a disastrous mayor for San Francisco. It is both Gavin Newsom and London Breed who have destroyed San Francisco. But this video is not to tell you that London Breed is worse than Vladimir Putin because she changes the rules of elections to give her more time in office. Yes, that's exactly what she did. She took advantage of Edward Lee's death, and in a special election in 2018 came into power. Then rather than having her next election be in 2022, she wanted to make elections easier for you and align the election with 2024's presidential cycle. That essentially gave her an extra 2 years in office. 2 more years for her to use the mayor's slush fund for her crony capitalism and her crony politics that destroy San Francisco, just like Gavin Newsom was destroying San Francisco. Well, folks, I say it's time for change. I say it's time for us to invoke the Javier Milei and take a chainsaw to the budget of this city/county. We're unique. We're both a city and a county. But we've got to start at the top. We got to cut the head off of the Goliath, of this monster, of this Leviathan, and finally right this city/county, because the people of San Francisco aren't the problem. It's not the Board of Supervisors, it's not Californians, it's the politicians at the top, specifically London Breed, and she has to go. Because the only difference between her and Vladimir Putin changing the election calendar to benefit her is the fact that Vladimir Putin has clean streets and no homeless. But that's not what we have with London Breed, because the money with London Breed is going to her pockets, and her cronies' pockets, not to the people of San Francisco. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure Putin is pocketing a lot himself as well. But let's be real. Anything even close to Putin at this point is better than what London Breed has given San Francisco. And that is a disgrace. Because San Francisco used to be the epitome of the Golden State of California. Now, the only thing we're winning gold in is homelessness, miserable schools, and a massive budget deficit of almost $1 billion. And that's going to get worse and worse and worse in time. We don't have safe streets. People who are born and raised in San Francisco want to leave because they are embarrassed by what San Francisco has become. This is a lawless city with law enforcement officers who feel handicapped, who can't even enforce the law. And it's all been driven by your defund the police mayor, London Breed. She's tried to U-turn, but it's too late. It's too late. Do not give London Breed more time in office. It is time for dramatic change. We're going to make this dramatic change exceptionally simple. Number one, we are going to declare fiscal bankruptcy. No, we're not going to walk away from our debts, but we are going to right the ship of San Francisco by declaring bankruptcy. It's a Chapter 9 version of bankruptcy for municipalities. And we are going to reorganize this with a proper budget. We're going to start from the bottom up, not the top down. We're going to stop all payments. And then we're going to build where it matters. We're going to start with our schools and our public transportation, and we're going to start with safety. California, starting with San Francisco, will end nasty streets, drug-induced streets, homelessness. There will not be a single homeless person sleeping on our streets in the city of San Francisco or the county of San Francisco. Same thing, basically. I guarantee it. How are we going to do that? Very simple. After we declare bankruptcy. We are going to declare a fiscal state of emergency and a public health state of emergency. That is going to enable us to, in conjunction with the Board of Supervisors, this is a great group of people. It is not the fault of the Board of Supervisors here that San Francisco has had problems. It is the leader's fault. That is the mayor. The buck stops with them, and they have failed you. It is time to replace the mayor. And so, in conjunction with the Board of Supervisors, we are going to declare bankruptcy, a fiscal state of emergency, and a public health state of emergency. We will deploy the National Guard on our streets, and our streets will once again be safe. Now, some people will ask, oh, but Kevin, isn't this becoming a police state then? Aren't you turning our beautiful San Francisco into a police state? Well, if by beauty you mean that one week we had a beautiful San Francisco when Winnie the Pooh came to visit, yeah, it's going to be beautiful, just like that, all of the time. If by beautiful you mean what we have now, which is break-ins, a lack of affordability, unsafe streets, a miserable justice systems, horrible schools, and a mismanaged budget that we're going to take a chainsaw to, yeah, we're going to fix it. We're going to fix the mess. Because the only person who's going to think we're running a police state in San Francisco when there's no homeless person on the street and there's no more crime on our streets, crime is 100% eliminated. The only person who's going to think we're in a police state is a criminal. Everyone else is going to call San Francisco a safe state, not a police state, because we're actually going to bring safety and security back. Proper schooling, enforcement, jailing, rehabilitation, and we're going to solve homelessness. We're going to use the same plan that we had when I ran for governor, which was so remarkable and so powerful that even in the mayoral election in Los Angeles, you had both mayors taking pieces of my plan to implement in their plan. Not only will we declare a state of emergency and deploy the National Guard, but we will have facilities specifically for the homeless on the street, so they can finally get the rehabilitation and the mental health support that they need. Then we will build from the ground up a proper mental health support system so we can stop people from becoming homeless. So you have to deal with the homeless who are on the street now and those becoming homeless. And the rule is very simple. It is a crime to sleep on the street. Just like it's a crime to commit suicide, 75% of deaths on the street are accidental via homelessness. Why? I don't know why I'm getting balloons on that one. Maybe because it's excitement. It's the Apple AI, excited about my plans here. But if it is a crime to kill yourself, to commit suicide, then it is a crime to sleep on the streets. Because when you sleep on the street, you are 75% likely to die of accidental, preventable death. That's disgusting. It's not just disgusting to the people walking by and over this kind of literal crap. It's just wrong. It is hypocritical to say people can't kill themselves, but people can live on the street shooting up fentanyl in front of our children. This is disgusting. It ends day one. Again, it's simple. 2 states of emergency: fiscal, public health. That enables us to deploy the National Guard. Not only does it enable us to do that, but it lets myself and the Board of Supervisors take over all administrations in San Francisco. No, this is not unchecked power. This is a team. It is a team. The Board of Supervisors and myself, in conjunction, will operate the administrations of the entire city and county together. And we will start by renegotiating everything from the bottom up via our Chapter 9 bankruptcy. We will balance the budget of San Francisco. We are going to slash every discretionary slush fund that London Breed has brought and plagued our city and county with. She is a disgrace, a stain on the reputation of California, and we are going to end the spending. We're going to restore San Francisco. I might sound impassioned, and that's because I am. We need an outsider to change San Francisco. And that's exactly what I am. When I win mayor, I will be moving right into the heart of San Francisco to make sure from the ground up we can rehabilitate San Francisco. We will balance the budget. We will eliminate crime. And we will cut the crony capitalism, nonsensical political BS that our city is plagued with. Once we've rebuilt our schools, our law enforcement, our safety and security, We will provide tax breaks to businesses to encourage them to come back to the greatest place to do business. It isn't right now, but it will be again. We will make San Francisco the greatest place to do business in America, just like it once was. And it all starts with one vote. Make sure to vote for Kevin Paffrath. And the election is being held. Oh, the calendar says April 1st. Well, that's unfortunate. That means this video is just a joke. Damn.